Welcome. I'm David with Svalja Yoga, and this is the brain dance created by Anne Green Gilbert and which recapitulates developmental stages of movement. It may be thought of as a neurological warm-up. So we'll ready ourselves by finding a comfortable seated position on the chair, moving up toward the front of the chair, and thinking of crown of head above heart, shoulders above hips, knees above heels. And we'll begin with breathing. And you may want to bring the fingers and toes into this. So finding this neutral, relaxed position, inhaling, and maybe the fingers and toes move into this, and exhaling. And the toes and fingers relax as you exhale. Inhaling, expanding on all sides of the rib cage. Exhaling, contracting the rib cage. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. Moving on to the tactile sense. Maybe the fingertips just tap at the collarbones and the shoulders, toward the back and the ribs, thighs, down the legs, the tops of the feet, and then the bottoms of the feet. The arms, finding the head, the skull, maybe massaging briefly, finding the ears and massaging the rims of the ears, starting at the front and moving up and back and down. Maybe doing that one more time at the rims of the ears, up and back and down. And fingertips at the brow, maybe drawing a heart, massaging a heart on the face. Finding stillness, moving into distal and core expansion. So inhaling, reaching to the crown of the head, the arms and legs reaching out, exhaling into a curl, into a contraction. Maybe the heels leave the mat. Inhaling, opening up, lengthening, exhaling, contracting. One more time, inhaling, opening up, and exhaling into this contraction. Planting the feet and beginning to unfurl the spine, relaxing the arms, and the head is the last to come up. Attention to the top of the spine, right behind the bridge of the nose. And with that pivot, let the skull, let the head move. Awareness of the skull, awareness of the top of the spine. Finding this movement. And then coming to stillness, attention to the bottom of the spine, moving the hips. And with our awareness of the top and the bottom of the spine, we'll bring our attention to the length of the spine and maybe bringing the tips closer together. So inhaling and perhaps a side bend, thinking of the tips becoming closer. Inhaling as far apart as the tips can be, exhaling into that other side bend. Inhaling, exhaling, maybe the heart comes forward. Inhaling through neutral, and maybe you find spinal flexion. Back up through neutral. Attention, and then moving into a spinal squirm. So here you can bring twists in, more lateral movement, forward and back. Just that sense, spinal squirm, just whatever you like. And if it's a movement that would want symmetry to it, then go ahead and move in the opposite way. And when you're ready, coming to stillness and bringing attention to your body from the waist up, and then finding movement in the upper part of the body, grounding into the feet so you're stable. Maybe the eyes blink, the fingers move, moving at the nose, twitching the nose, finding this movement as though floating, kelp. And then bringing stillness to the upper half, and maybe the hands find the edge of the chair for support, leaning back gently, and lifting and moving into the legs, the lower half of the body. Continue here, or if you'd like to find some balance, ground through the sit bones and maybe bringing the upper part of the body into this now, as though you were the world-renowned conductor baby, the orchestra intent upon your every motion, every cue. Then beginning to find grounding, feet down, finding stillness. Thumbs together, thumbs raised, maybe at throat height. And we'll open up one arm of your choice, following only with your eyes. Your head is still, but your eyes are following the opening arm until you can't see the thumb anymore, or until your arm is moved as much as you want to, and then bring it back. Head is still, gaze following the thumb. And then the other arm opens out, gaze following the thumb, head still, until you moved your arm as much as you want. And then the thumb comes back. One more time each side at your own pace. Only the eye following the thumb. Awareness of the arm, awareness of the shoulders, awareness of the eyes and the muscles around the eyes. Still head. Back to neutral. Lowering the arms. Moving one side of the body, arm and leg. Any way you like, perhaps moving that side of the face. Blinking the eye. If you're a skilled one ear mover, go for it. And then finding grounding. Other side of that arm and leg. Maybe that side of the face. That ear. Finding stillness. Switching to the first side, moving into a lateral crawl. Alternating the same side, arm and leg. As though you're a bear exploring a neighborhood. Noticing a swimming pool. Not being too interested. Oh, but there's an open garage door. And there's a bird feeder. Finding evenness and symmetry, and then finding stillness. And then crossing over the midline. Any way you like. Perhaps arm goes under a leg, an arm behind over the head, behind the back, legs crossing, arms crossing each other across the midline, and then finding stillness when you're ready. Thumbs back together, maybe the fingers interlace. This time maybe the chin is slightly lifted and the thumbs are perhaps at the crown of the head height. And this time with a still head, but the eyes are tracking the thumbs as they raise until you don't see them anymore. Or your arms have gone as high as you want, and then lowering the arms, the head is still, eyes following the thumbs until you can't see them. And then coming on back to that starting point and doing this cycle one more time at your own pace. The head is still, the eyes locked on the thumbs. And when you're done, hands gently to thighs. We'll take a resetting breath here. And exhale through the mouth if you like. Across lateral crawl, opposite arm and leg. So take your time here. You can go as fast as you want. You can go as much expansion as you like. Covering more ground this way through that forest. Evening it out. Coming back to stillness. Concluding with the vestibular sense. So we'll start with the floor or the ground, wherever you are. Finding something on the floor that catches your attention. I see a blue star among several. Focusing your gaze, your attention on that object or thing or person. And then releasing it. And maybe bringing your gaze upward toward the wall, high on the wall, or where the wall and the ceiling meet, or the ceiling itself, and finding that place that you choose to stare at intently for a few seconds. And then lastly, anywhere in the space you occupy, whatever grabs your attention, I see a plant. And just bring your attention there, bring your gaze, and focus. And then come back to neutral. And just go ahead and strike any pose you like. And hold. Come out of the pose, come back to this neutral seat. We'll take one last breath together, inhaling, expanding through the ribs on all sides. And maybe you sigh it out with that contraction of the ribs. And this has been the Brain Dance. Thank you so much.